Okay, hopefully this works this time. Because I tried this just a moment ago and it didn't work. There we go. Looks like it's finally starting to work. Yay! Look at that. Because I tried this just a moment ago. Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 304. I am your neighborhood friendly Oxhorn, here as always with my suspenders set to maximum stun. We're going to have a great show today. Look, I want to share with you. You may be hearing different music. And by the way, let me know if my voice is too soft or if the background music is too loud so I can adjust things. But you may be hearing different music because I have decided not to use Radio Dismuke today. That's right. For those of you who come to my regular program and see me every single week, you know that I tend to listen to Radio Dismuke, which is a free online radio station. They play music from the 20s and the 30s and all of that. Well, the problem is that whenever I upload my past episodes to YouTube, all these companies come out of the woodwork and try to claim credit. And even though the music is all public domain, and even though I appeal it, they still try and reinforce copyrights, and so I never get to monetize my videos. So I was cleaning out my garage. Well, I was unpacking, and I stumbled upon this CD. And it was given to me by my papa, who lives in Alaska. And it was an album of a practice session of he and his band, because he runs a Dixieland band in Alaska. It's a family band. He, my aunt, and a bunch of other people, they play in this band, and it's called the Dixie River Rats. And it's full of all of this like Dixie music, and he plays the trumpet in it, and he gave it to me. And I figured I would play this on the show instead because it fits in with the program. It sounds amazing, and I can monetize it. I could actually upload my videos and make a profit on it. So we're gonna go ahead with this today. This is my papa playing the trumpet and my aunt playing the trumpet. My uncle is on the drums. It's a family band, and then some friends in there. So you'll have to let me know what you guys think. You know, my papa tried to get me to play the trumpet, and I played it all throughout my childhood. When I was in junior high and high school, I played the trumpet, but after high school, I stopped playing, which made him a little sad, I think. But he's an excellent trumpet player. Trevor Green 98 says, "Hey Oxhorn, great job with Crendor's show. Thanks everybody." And look, we probably have a whole bunch of new viewers today. If you are here because you saw me on Crendor's show last night, welcome to Scotch and Smoke Rings. We've been doing this for over 5 years now. That's right, this is episode 304, so we've been doing it for quite some time. But that's right, I was on Crendor's show last night. He's got a new show called Fishing with Crendor. And it's basically just a show of he and a guest fishing and talking about days gone by and talking about the good old days. And so we spent 35 minutes fishing in Darkshore, talking about Vanilla WoW and the early machinima days, and it was a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed myself, and it sounds like his fans are eating it up. I shared it on Twitter, but if you guys haven't seen it yet, I'll go ahead and share it in the chat. Watch it, but watch it after this show, of course, because you are here. Gentleman Badger says, Crendor's a good guy. You should have him on the show sometime. I should. He is welcome anytime on the program. He's a really, really sweet man. A nice fellow, and it was a pleasure to come on the program. But we have got a show for you today. Goldbread says, and you got an achievement, 50 fish. Yeah, I did. You can see that it's been so long since I've played the game that achievements weren't even in the game when I got all my fishing stuff. I got the 50 fish achievement while I was fishing last night, even though I'm like a grandmaster fisherman or whatever it is. It's so funny. Joe Brewer says, yeah, I'm a longtime fan of your videos and grabbed the plug you dropped and had to stop by. Well, good. I'm glad the plug worked, and I'm so glad you were able to stop by. We tend to have a good time here. Every Thursday night, 7 o'clock Pacific time, my time, we have a fun time. But Clarkadile asks a very pertinent question, and he asks, what cigar are you smoking today? This, my friends, is the cigar I'm smoking today. It is a La Aurora Cameroon. It's a torpedo-shaped cigar, and it's a hefty creature. And I enjoy it very much. I've smoked quite a few of these over the past few weeks. You gotta snip it just right, because if you don't, it unravels. Okay, I need to cut that a little bit more. The draw was a little slow. There we go. And it's not unraveling. So, we're going to light this the traditional way with cedar. So let's split the cedar so that we don't go through all of it, because we don't need this much cedar. There, got a nice split. Let's use our lighter to set it on fire. That one's out of fuel. Oh man, I fail at flame. Come now, fire, weave your magic. The key to this is you light it by holding it at an angle like this, and you only light the edge. I'll show you. Doggone it. It's lit. My smoke rings are rubbish today because my mustache is in the way. Let's try this again. Andy the DK says, Ox, did you ever figure out what happened to last week's show? Yeah, so last week we had a bunch of technical difficulties. And the show kept going offline. Now, I ended up getting the entire show spliced together, and I uploaded the recording to YouTube. So if you want to rewatch last week's show, you can watch it from beginning to end without any interruptions. But during the show, it was quite infuriating because I was trying to show off Nathan's new game. That's right, Nathan Allen Pinard, our very good composer, who did all of the instruments on all of my movies, he came over to show off the new game that he did. He did the music for, and it's called Techno Babylon. I actually said the name of the game incorrectly during Wow Crendor's show last night. I called it Tokyo Babylon. But no, it's Techno Babylon. I don't even know if there is a Tokyo Babylon. And it was a fun game, and we played it during last week's show. But because of the internet issues, it cut in and out. Now that said, I did fix the internet issues. I called up the cable company, well, the DSL company, and I gave them a gentlemanly scolding. And they said, oh, good sir, we give you our profuse apologies. We will ensure that our connection will be as reliable as ever. And so one is hoping that they are honest. So far, so good, right? Okay, what am I forgetting to do? Scotch! That's what I'm forgetting to do. Tokyo Babylon is a manga, says Finbeck. Oh, okay. That might be where I had heard it from. Alright, Scotch! Where's my Scotch glass? There it is. Now, some people try to put whiskey stones in their glass before pouring scotch. What they'll do is they'll take the stones and put them in the freezer and get them nice and cold. But the problem is that the thing that actually cools and chills scotch is the chemical process of ice melting in scotch. So when you put the whiskey stones in the scotch, it just gives them a small chill. It doesn't get it really nice and cold. So that's why I like using real ice. Opposed to whiskey stones. Today we are drinking a little bit of Ballantine's blended Scotch whiskey. It's a good option for those of you who are on a budget and you want a very tasty Scotch whiskey without breaking the bank. Andy the DK says, I feel like I'm at Brewfest with this music playing in the background. Yeah, grab a hot dog or a Frankenweenie and a nice tankard of ale and enjoy yourselves. Yeah, you see this, guys? That's what happens when you have little girls who have learned how to scratch. My beautiful baby daughter, she has one way of showing affection. She gets all bouncy and playful and she goes, yeah. And she's got these killer nails, man. And so I pick her up at the end of the day and I'm like, oh baby. And she goes, yeah, right in my eye. Ah. So that's a daddy wound right there. That's a badge of honor, I guess. Kids and the nails, man. Nova Domina, my beautiful wife, says she's part raptor. She is. Hi, Shaman Shield says, so Oxhorn, I saw you on Fishing with Crendor last night. And yes, Blizzard definitely does casual stuff for people with no time. Maybe you can get into WoW since your account is activated and we'll meet somewhere. I deactivated my account. That's right, I activated my account. I did the show, and then I deactivated my account. I'm assuming I can still log in for a month or something like that. But as I said on Crendor's show last night, I love the game. I've got many fond memories, but I'm just not going to play it anymore. Mr. Tumnus says, Oxhorn, what's the average alcohol content for the low shelf Scotch compared to the high shelf Scotch? Well, 40% alcohol by volume is standard. Yeah, 40% alcohol by volume. So this'll, if you drink too much of it, you'll get drunk. You can definitely feel it, but it's not quite at that flammable rate yet. Now, if you get an 80 proof vodka, that's the stuff they use in magic tricks, where they'll fill a shot glass with 80 proof vodka and then set it on fire. But there's not enough alcohol in this one to actually produce a flame. I've been letting this cigar cure in my humidor for over a month. And there really is a difference. It's hard to describe. But when you get the cigar straight from the shop, it's been traveling for 5 to 10 days. It's a little dry, a little grassy. It just doesn't have that smooth flavor. And sometimes it peels a little bit. It's a little rough. But once you let it sit in that humidor at the right humidity and the right temperature, the wrapper turns glossy and it just feels like leather, and it's just such a smoother smoke. Gentleman Badger says, I'm seriously impressed by this music. Nice find, good sir. This is my grandfather playing the trumpet. I gotta give him the credit. He's got an amazing band. Cigarox says, newsflash, the cigars are in the mail finally. Thank you, Cigarox. I'm so sorry for the hassle. He's been trying to send me a box of cigars for, what, a month now? Almost ever since I moved into this new place. But because there was problems with the P.O. box that I had, the post office messed all sorts of stuff up, The box came back to him at least once, so he has a good address now, and it should get to me. Madman Max asks if I froze. Shouldn't have froze. Does anyone else see me? Did I freeze? Joe Brewer00 says, Oxhorn, I imagine you're going to get a lot of us WoW players wanting you to come back. Though, like you said, it would be just us trying to get back to those, quote, good old days. I hope you, hope you take any requests and shine if love for your presence and not get annoyed. Oh, I hope you take any requests as a shine of love for your presence and to not get annoyed. Yes, I do. You know, when people ask me to come back to the game or whatever, I never get annoyed. I really don't. I appreciate the fact that they want to play with me or they want to group up and all of that. So no, I don't get upset. That's fine. Ask me as much as you want. I'll still say no, but you can ask me as much as you want. Shaman asked, or somebody asked my wife, what class is Gavin? And my wife says, Gavin's a rogue. And then Shaman says, a mother calling her son a rogue? That's a bit awkward. And then she says, no, a rogue in that sometimes I don't know he's there until I'm in pain or I hear a loud crash. Yeah, that's what it's like having a nearly 3-year-old toddler. If you hear quiet, that's when you really get worried because that's when the serious things are going down. But crashes and pain are just part of your everyday being a father. Ironbark says, I ran a dungeon with Ox back in Cataclysm. Great memory. I was tanking, and he still kept going bear form, trying to steal aggro. When I play my druid, I'm feral. I want to steal aggro. I try as hard as I can to steal aggro from the tank, and when I'm in cat form, I try as hard as I can to outdo the rogues in terms of damage. See, that's it. I just get so competitive at that kind of stuff. I have to get all the secrets and win all the quests and get all the loot. And you can't. You can't in an MMO and have life. At least not me. Matt says, hi Ox, I just made it in. Not sure if someone asked this, but did you see Kung Fury yet? Yes, I did. I just sat and watched it with my wife over dinner. I showed it to her, and I was cracking. I think Jody was cracking up too, but I was really cracking up. I then shared it over Twitter. So for those who don't know, Kung Fury is an independent film that was crowdfunded on Kickstarter by some guy who just likes old 80s cheesy kung fu movies. And he says, I want to make a cheesy kung fu movie about laser velociraptors and Hitler. And he did. He got the money together. He got like $600,000, and he hired a team to produce his movie. He got David Hasselhoff, and he just released it on YouTube for free for everyone to watch. It's about 30 minutes long, and it's excellent. The graphics are very well done. The feel is straight up 80s, and the quotes are hilarious. So Kung Fury, okay, I will have to say that it's a little gory. There's cartoony, over-the-top violence, and there's definitely non-classy language. So shame to them for that. But it's still funny. Filmbelk says, with laser velociraptors and Hitler? Yes, and Thor. And machine gun-wielding Viking maidens. That's the movie. So yeah, I had to see it. Hi, Shaman Shield says, Goria's Mortal Kombat? The first Mortal Kombat, yes. The new one? No. Lil Wiz157 asks the important question of the evening. Good Sir Oxhorn, I've taken an interest in your book and would very much like to read it. Where can I order it, my good sir? He is, of course, talking about my novel, The Tale of Cloron Hastings by Brandon M. Dennis. Yours truly. Penned by these 10 fingers and written with this mind attached to this beard. This fantasy, adventure, seafaring, swashbuckling, young adult, or adult adventure yarn is available for the low, low price of some money on Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble or wherever fine books are sold. Go to chloronhastings.com. All one word, chloronhastings.com. You can get yourself either a paperback hardcover or ebook, whatever you like, because I'm flexible that way. And you can read it to yourself, or you can read it to your wee tots, or you can read it to your little puppy dogs and hamsters. Just as long as you read it, you will be happier in your life. The Tale of Cloron Hastings. Novodama says, on sale ever since right now for real low cheap. Exactly. Exactly. Imagine Justin says, remember a couple of weeks ago, I'm trying to find my book, The Tale of Cloron Hastings. I can show off The Tale of Cloron Hastings when I find it. Yes. And I finally found it. Like I said, I finished cleaning my garage. I should show you my office now. It actually looks amazing. But yeah, I finally found it, and so here it is. Black's Farmer says, go now, buy, 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 feed his children. And then he links to my book website. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, I'm not going to complain. Do what you got to do. I will take your money. Capitalism. Okay, fan art. Let's see. I don't want to forget your fan art. So for those who are joining for the first time, as we do every week here on Scotch and Smoke Rings, we show off fan art. You guys submit fan art, and I show off your fan art. So let's go to Facebook. So what we have is we have a Facebook group called Scotch and Smoke Rings. That's facebook.com/groups/Oxhorn. And you can join the group for free, of course. And just say, I want to join this group, and you can join the group. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just seeing a bunch of posts by me. Here we go. Here's some fan art. Wow, I shared a lot this last week, didn't I? Oh. Alright. Let me share my screen with you. There we go. Alright. So first up on the program is this by Imagine Justin. He says, no bacon this week, but wanted to share something. There was another glitch over in Orgrimmar that you can go under, but with a lot of people finding a small tunnel, you can fly up and find a small room, which has a plaque that shows WKM. Thought I would show this for the episode. See what everybody thinks. Okay, so apparently in Orgrimmar, there's a hidden room. And inside the room is this plaque that says WKM. Does anyone know what this is? Is there some lore that I need to know about? Okay. Well, thank you for that, Imagine Justin. And then there's this by Daniel Coplin. He says, a liquor cabinet works too, but this is another way to protect your whiskey. Yes, a chain whiskey stand. Ooh, the Balvanite. Double wood. Wow, that's an expensive bottle. I would love to try that. Looks delicious, my friend. Thanks so much for sharing. Then there's this submitted by Imagine Justin, and I think I showed it off last week, but the new viewers can watch. Black Angus beef with aged cheddar and bacon on top of Munster cheese and more bacon. Got my food ready for the show. Who's hungry? And yes, I am now hungry. Thank you for that, Imagine Justin. Always delicious. And then this was submitted by Autumn, and she says, I'm at work and decided to make some fan art on a Post-it. Hope you like it. And it's Oxhorn! Thank you very much, Autumn. That's very sweet. We do appreciate it. Now, for those of you who would prefer to send me an audio message, you can go to scotchandsmokerings.com/show, because I have another chat there. Half of you are on Twitch, half of you are on my Scotch and Smoke Rings website. And from there, you can actually leave me a recorded message that I'll play during the show. So let's go ahead and pause our music. All right, what do we have today? Who do we have? Dragon XL, you are on the program today, good sir. What is on your mind?
Greetings, Oxhorn. And this week, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
In terms of the Techno Babylon that you played with Nathan last week.
Okay.
And of course, me being the silly bugger I am, I must ask you this question appropriately.
Hey, man. You know, that game you played with Nathan last week, man, the Techno Babylon, I think is what it's called. I really enjoyed it, man. I was wondering if you could do me a favor and play more dark, moody games and future episodes and shows, because I'm just a sucker for those types of games that give their audience that moody feel, you know what I'm saying, man? And I am perfectly sane. I don't know what other people tell you, but I am perfectly sane.
Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy my amateur voice acting, and as always, I will see you next time.
Was that, Beavis or Butthead? Man, my geek knowledge is so bad. I know that's from, like, either an old cartoon TV show or something. That voice you did. Hey, man. I don't even know. Ren and Stimpy? Yeah, Ren and Stimpy, maybe. Anyway, yeah, I'd love to do all sorts of games. Techno Babylon is a pixelated adventure game that we showed last week, and it's kind of got this dark sci-fi vibe to it, a film noir, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'd love to do more stuff like that, so thank you for the question. Next up is Anonymous. Anonymous is on the program with the mask and everything. What would you like to tell us today, Anon?
Greetings, Oxhorn. It is Madman Max here. Today we are going back to mythology. The blue cap, precisely. Where do you think the blue cap would live? In mines, in forests, or in farms? This is the question. Enjoy your scotch and have a wonderful evening. And welcome back to World of Warcraft for a month.
Thanks. So, in forests, in
precisely.
mines...
Where do you think the blue cap would live?
Blue cap.
In mines, in forests, or in farms?
Farms. Well, mushrooms grow from fecal matter, and there are a lot of animals on farms. I'm going to go with farms. Farms is where you find a blue cap. So let me know if I was right. Finally, we've got Andy the DK. Andy the DK, you were on the program today. What's on your mind, good sir?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from Stormwind City, here's Quickfire Questions! And now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me introduce our host. Here's Andy the DK! Greetings, everyone, and welcome to everyone's favorite Scotch and Smoke Rings Thursday night segment. It's Quickfire Questions. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Andy the DK, and as always, here's our favorite guest on this segment, Oxhorn, the beardly bearded beardsman. How are you doing tonight, Ox? Hope you are ready for some excellent quickfire questions on this Thursday evening. Here we go, sir. Now, tonight is a very special topic. It's all about the wonderful card game that you know and love. It is Hearthstone. So here are your 3 Hearthstone quickfire questions. Question number 1. What is the 3-mana warrior card whenever you summon a minion with 3 or less attack, give it charge? Question number 2.
War Song!
What is everyone's favorite 2-mana friendly fisherman card? It's a legendary that has a 50% chance to draw an extra card.
Nat
And
Angler.
Question number 3. Including Blackrock Mountain and Goblins vs. Gnomes, how many total legendaries are there in the game? Thank you, everyone, for answering these questions, and thank you, Ox, as always. Until next time, remember to get your Murloc spayed
or neutered as it ends. So the first one was Warsong Commander. The second one was the Nat the Nat Angler guy. And the third one is like 30. I'm going with 30. I'm assuming it's a tall number and that I'm just really unlucky. Because I've got so few legendary cards. You would think that with so many out there I would have more of them, but I don't. Nat Pagel. Nat Pagel. Fedoro Gregoro corrects me. Nat Angle. So was that my dyslexia kicking in or something? Trevor Green says, well, I'm going to make Ox hungry. Let's start today. I had a batch fried fish and mussels, and man, am I stuffed. Thankfully, I am immune to your offense because I hate seafood. That's right. You can't make me hungry with seafood. I hate it. Well, I take that back. The only seafood I like is deep fried oysters. Not raw, but if you take a clam and you fry it to remove all the clam taste, so it's just this sort of chewy, crunchy thing, yeah, I'll dip that in butter and eat it, sure. But any other seafood, no, might as well be a vegetable. To quote Ron Swanson. Madman Max, I see your wall of text. Thank you very much. So I was incorrect. It wasn't farm. It was mines. They appear as small blue flame. Thank you for that one. Finbeck says, what about haggis? Well, I've never had it, but I would try it. I'm not going to say no to haggis. Imagine Justin says, wait, hang on a second. I thought you liked red snapper. Just a little red snapper. I think red snapper's funny. Don't get me wrong. And I'll buy a red snapper and try to get my coworkers to eat it, but do I enjoy eating red snapper? No. No, I do not. Andy the DK says, Oxhorn, would you ever consider writing a book of the tales of Oxhorn and the gang instead of doing machinima? I would. I've got a few story arcs all planned out that I've never had a chance to actually sit down and complete in terms of making machinima. I've got the entire Associate Professor Evil plot line down, everything that happens, the final resolution between he and Quintus. I've never had an opportunity to make the movie. So yeah, someday I'd love to either make a movie or make the books. But like I said, time. Time is the issue. Turkey wrapped bacon, says Cigar Ox. True. Gotta love turkey wrapped bacon. You Jelly Nelly says it's like chewing a piece of rubber covered in snot. Maybe I'll not have haggis then. Maybe not. Ironbark says, man, why do you have to mention these things, Ox? I know it's not fair for me to tell you all of these plans that I have for my World of Warcraft machinima characters and then to not do anything about it. I know, that's mean. And I'm sorry. I guess this is me hoping one of you is a billionaire who will drop $5 million in my lap and allow me to retire and do nothing but make machinima. Is that too much to ask? $5 million, is that too much to ask? Flip Up says, would you consider uploading this music for download? It's a great question. Let me ask my papa, since it's his, and there's a lot of family involved in this, so I'd probably need to talk to them all about it. But if they say yeah, then yeah, maybe I'll put it up on SoundCloud or something, and you guys can listen to it there. Filmbeck says, well, I am a billionaire as it so happens. Well, you just made a new best friend, buddy. I'm your guy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, you guys are making assumptions about my story arc. You're assuming Quintus dies. You're also assuming that there's not such a thing as redemption in my world. Maybe he dies. Maybe he doesn't die. Maybe he is redeemed. Who knows? Maybe the student becomes the master, becomes the student. Or maybe the master becoming a student becomes a master with a co-master. Who knows? Man, I'm just being a jerk right now. I'm just... I am taunting you all. Filmbelk says, turns out I'm not a billionaire. Oh, man. And my hopes were up so high. Hearthstone! Or Hearthstone. Everybody says that I'm pronouncing it wrong. They're all telling me that it's Hearthstone, not Hearthstone. I don't know. Whatever. I'll start playing Hearthstone for you guys. Yeah, let's get it fired up here. I've got a few new cards. So who knows? Maybe I'll be able to do better this time. Still only 1 or 2 legendaries. How many legendaries do I actually have? I think I have 2. I've got Ysera and the Iron Juggernaut. That's it. Peace Monk says, home is where the hearth is. I guess it is Hearthstone. But my reasoning is still sound, right? Because how do you pronounce the word heard? Or how do you spell the word heard? I heard you. H-E-A-R-D. He heard me. It's pronounced like heard. Like erd. Like... So I saw the spelling and... It's no excuse. Alright! Fancy Badger! There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Grow versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine for Doomhammer.
Valzan says, Hearthstone! Ermagerd! It's Hearthstone! Ermagerd, I'm playing Hearthstone! That shouldn't be tickling me as much as it is. Alright, oh, it's my turn. Okay, Fancy Badger, let's do this. Or not, no, I don't think I can do.
I can ease
I
your
greet you.
Andy the DK says, Ox, do you still have your pet turtle hat? We don't talk about hat. No, Hat's still on vacation. That's right. He's exploring the world.
Job's done.
Suitcase in hand. Off to the tropical isles. The frozen poles. Clam and palm trees. That's how I like to remember him. I mean, that's his reality. That's his reality.
What to do?
shields up.
Balldog says, has Kevin Bacon been unearthed yet? No, I still can't find Kevin. I've got 1 box left. I found another box in the kitchen, and it has my pipe collection in it. So, I'm hoping he's there. You Jelly Nelly says, I take that back. The only thing better than bacon-covered bacon is Kevin Bacon covered in bacon. Oh my gosh, whoa! Whoa, that's a little bit too much, you Jelly Nelly. Keep your fantasies to yourself, thank you very much. Goodness. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Bottoms up. Chin chin. Ah, man. Black shawarma, my goodness.
From the void, I come.
You Jelly Nelly says, well, you know, there's a fetish for anyone out there. I suppose there is, but that's just frightening. Okay, goodness, I'm just not having a good day here.
Elements guide me. Elements guide me. Job done.
Andy the DK says it's been quite some time since Oxhorn smoked a pipe on the show. Perhaps soon again, Ox? Yeah? Maybe I'll have to fire up one of my pipes for next week.
Elements guide me. Elements guide me. Job done.
There we go. Let's try that. Film Beck says, Ox, did you hear about how there's supposed to be an 8.8 earthquake on the west coast due to the planet's alignment? I didn't hear that, but earthquakes have nothing to do with the alignment of the planets. Earthquakes have everything to do with plate tectonics. So, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't even think any of the planets have that much of a gravitational pull on the Earth. I mean, not even Jupiter. Jupiter's too far away, isn't it? Is the sound too loud of the game? Let me turn the sound down a little bit. There we go. Wow! Fancy Badger, what have you done? Gotta concentrate. This is what happens when I get to talking. I lose concentration. I lose my focus. Oh, Fancy Badger.
Elements guide me. Elements guide me.
Andy the DK says, what's your favorite pipe tobacco to use? Well, as Baldock says, my favorite tobacco pipe is my Meerschaum tobacco pipe. It was also my grandfather's. In terms of pipe tobacco to use, I enjoy... There's this butter rum flavored stuff that I really like.
Elements guide me.
And, you know, it's different. With pipe tobacco, the mixes you can get are all local, right? So there's no one pipe tobacco brand that you can say is your favorite. Unlike cigars, you can say, I really like the La Aurora brand of cigars. They're really tasty. But it's hard to do that with... Man.
Elements guide me.
With pipe tobacco.
Well played.
Well played, good sir.
Raxus, Eladon Lord of the Burning Legion.
Jaraxus Perplexus. Well done, Fancy Badger. I gotta hand it to you. Nicely played. Alright, who's up next? Oh! So for those who haven't seen this before, Hearthstone has a glitch where if I get challenged to a battle by multiple people at the same time, the challenges cancel each other out. So I get stuck in this loop of that you're seeing right now of challenges knocking out challenges, knocking out challenges. And we just have to be lucky that I'm going to get one before it all ends, before it all gets knocked out. And sometimes it works. It worked. All right. Iron Bark.
You asked for it.
For Doomhammer.
Good game, Gentleman Badger. Good game. Flip Up says, Oxhorn, you've got to try my mixture 965 by Dunhill. Really? It's called My Mixture 965? Of tobacco? Of pipe tobacco? Now, Dunhill is a very famous pipe maker. It's a brand of pipe makers. I didn't realize they actually made tobacco, too. Pipe tobacco? Well, that's great. I'm going to have to check them out. My Mixture 965. I'm going to have to remember that. Let me take a note. Sweet, thank you for that. Mr. Tumnus says, well, my apologies, Master Ox, as due to our very long and interesting day today, Lady Tumnus is extremely worn out, and we are going to call it an early night. Have a good night, good sir, and cheers and salutations, everybody. Cheers, Mr. Tumnus. Thank you so much for coming. Aha!
Well played.
pleasure, Gulbreth. Thanks for stopping by. Mr. Tumnus says, after our wreck, she is sore and needs a rest. Oh, Mr. Tumnus, I didn't realize you were in a wreck. I'm sorry to hear about that, good sir. Well, I hope you and the family are okay.
Elements guide.
Poe the Ghost says, hey, Oxhorn, since you've recently moved, what advice would you give to a friend who's about to move? All right, I will give you my advice. Moving is horrible. I hate moving. But my advice would be to start packing a month early. Don't wait up until the last moment. Start packing a month early. And then what I would do is I would put a box in each room and just start putting the things in that room in the box. Just add more boxes to each room as you pack. And eventually each room will be packed in all of the boxes of that room. And you'll have everything organized so that when it's time to unpack, you'll have all of the boxes filled with the things that were in that room, ready to unpack in your next room. And that makes things a lot easier, in my opinion.
Your magic shall not cease.
Mr. Tumnus says, we're all okay, no serious injuries to anyone. Okay, good. Well, that's great news. Thank you for sharing. Trevor Green says, believe in the heart of the cards. Yes. I'm believing in the heart of these cards. I will not die. Ouch! What are you doing? Tearing me up.
Elements guide.
All right, Ironbark, let's do this.
Put this apple on your head. I am ready.
Kithildom says, hey, Oxhorn, as if someone wants to battle you on Hearthstone, how do they challenge you? Yeah, you got to add me as a BattleNet friend. I'm Oxhorn, number 1649. Just add me as a friend, and then we can play. You can battle me. Okay, what's going on here? Alright, things are looking up. One of the reasons I say to light your cigar the way I did at the beginning of the show is because you want this. When you ash your cigar, you see this cone? Well, this is an imperfect cone. It's a little lopsided, but this point in the middle is that's a sign that the cigar is burning appropriately.
Whoops. I dream and the world trembles.
Shoot, says Ox. Whoa! What is that? Nefarian? Battle cry. Add 2 random spells to your hand from your opponent's class.
I shall bring you rest. Well played.
Thank you, sir. I do my best. You Jelly Nelly asks, how long have you been playing, Ox? Since the alpha. I've been playing for quite some time. Oh! Thanks. That was lucky.
Time for games.
Oh no! Ah. Well, I'm gonna have to.
Whoops.
Shields up.
Elements guide.
I'm so sorry, Aaron Bark. I'm just not making it easy for you.
I shall bring you rest.
This is a first on Scotch and Smoke Rings. I mean, you're not going to see a lineup on my side like this again. I promise you that. I'm doing exceptionally well this turn.
My magic will tear you apart.
Stay defiant, Ironbark. I like that. It shows backbone. That's like... That's pulling a heart tongue without pulling a heart tongue. Nicely done, Ironbark. Thank you so much for the battle. Cheers to you, good sir. Alright, timing is everything. Oh, Greg, we almost got in. Oh, we did.
Draw! Versus! Draw!
I don't have any friend requests, so let me make room. I just made room. Alright, try again. I'm Oxhorn, number 1649. Ironbark says that was my all-random mage deck, by the way. I can't find it in my heart to play any net deck nonsense here. Well, thank you for your mercy, Ironbark. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I can't have more than 100 BattleNet friends. Oh! Okay, I just got 2 friend requests. I guess I should make more room in case there are more. Why am I my own friend? I don't get it. Okay, what just happened? Oh. Oh, that's nice. Katie Pnute, no, K Dippenute says, Oxhorn, I have looked here for quite a while. I have to say, I truly enjoy the entertainment value that you provide. Well, thank you very much, my friend. I'm glad I can make this show interesting.
I got this.
Kettledom says also, hi from BC, out of Washington. Yes, indeed. I've been to British Columbia. I went to Victoria once with my wife. Ooh, nicely done. It's beautiful there, by the way. Gorgeous. We went to the Bouchard Gardens. Okay, Greg, you've got quite a lineup there.
I got this.
Now let's try that. Andy the DK says, Ox, have you ever heard of the show called Mrs. Brown's Boys? It's one of my favorite shows. It's a little crude, but you should still check it out when the kiddies go to bed. Mrs. Brown's Boys, alright. Madman Max says, Ox, your scotch looks lonely. It needs a hug. Let's give our scotches a hug, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers to scotch. Chin chin. Whoa! What happened? You have a golden fire elemental? Oh no. Shawarma, is that your smoke chip for later? Alright, I'll have to save that. Greg! Oh, Greg, you make me sad in many places. Ezreal to Shift says, Oxhorn, I just finished watching your Fishing with Crendor, and it reminded me of all the great memories I have of your old videos and my old times in WoW. So I came here just to say thank you for all that you've done. Well, thank you very much, Ezreal to Shift. I do appreciate it. I've had such a good time. And I'm dead! Greg, you made quick work of me. I'm impressed. I'm not even mad. Nicely done, good sir. Alright, who am I playing now? Andy the DK, are we going to get through this? You Jelly Nelly says, alright, I've got a final to study for. I'll be back later if you're still streaming. If not, cheers to you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Why, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy yours as well. Greg Hartung says, sorry, Ox, I do feel bad for you only landing one hit on me. Your humility is overwhelming, Greg Hartung. Thank you so much. Your pity is welcome.
My greetings.
And at the DK, I greet you. Shaman Shield says, Ox was wrecked by Greg. In fact, he was wrecked. I'd say that's quite fitting.
Job's done.
I have no time for games.
Whoops! Meant to do something else there.
My thanks.
You're welcome.
No play.
Did the wrong thing. My bad.
Where shall I strike? Job's done.
DCM619 says, excuse me, but I was wondering when the Mayflower will be leaving port. We head to the New World at dawn, good sir. Bring your limes to prevent scurvy. No luck. Gentleman Badger asks, Ox, do you think it's time to introduce new classes to Hearthstone? Or do you think it needs more time? I think it's had plenty of time. I'd love to see some more classes.
Elements guide me. Elements guide me. Job's done.
My thanks.
You're welcome.
By the power of
Oh! Jeez. I hate that card. That is one of my least favorite cards.
Shields up.
elements guide me. Elements guide me. Job's done.
Doing what I do to stay alive. One more battle after this one, ladies and gentlemen.
No play. I must safeguard.
Rubbish. Ah, well done. I tip my cap to your superior Hearthstone skills. Major kudos. Alright, this will be the last one, and then we end the program. But if you're new, stick around, because there's a special way we end the program that you might not predict.
Thrall versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
The Doomhammer.
Okay.
Hello.
Well, hello there, Ketheldom. Pleasure to meet you on the field of battle. Leone Ted says, Dude Oxhorn, Andy the DK gave you a pat down. Yes, he did. I should nickname him TSA Agent Andy the DK, because that was invasive. Nickelman1203 says, Oxhorn, much childhood. I love you. The class, the bread. 10-10. Why, thank you, good sir. I do appreciate it. 10-10 right back at you. Oh, you meant beard, not bread. I was wondering, the class and the bread, am I eating? Beard, okay, yes, thank you. I do appreciate it. Although I do love good bread. Bread's good. XJZX says, Oxhorn with 4 O faces. Cigar with another O face. Beer with a 3rd O face. And finally, Sexy Beard with yet another O face. And by O face, I mean he's going, oh. Cool. Cheers, matey.
Job's done.
Good game, Ox, my friend, says Andy the DK. Good game, TSA Agent Andy the DK. Imagine Justin says, Oxhorn, besides the egg Maduros, what's your favorite cigar to have with a nice classy drink? I've got to say, this one is pretty doggone good. It's one of my favorites so far. Ketheldom, what have you in store for me?
Shields up.
Woo, what do we got? What do we got? Summon a copy of it. All right, I can handle that.
Oops.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Hmm. Thinking.
I got this.
How long do you stream, Oxhorn? Asks Mikamano. Blah, blah, blah. I stream every Thursday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. So a week from today, I will be streaming again. Your move, Kettledom. Meese man. Got you. The plural of moose. Meese. Okay. Meese man 1203. Sounds like a plan to me, Meese man. Cigar's running low. Oh dear. Well done.
Thank you.
Elements guide.
Will tear you apart.
Job's done.
Yeah, let's try that. Oh no, not a secret.
You know, take candle.
Oh!
Thank you.
Job's done.
I dream.
No!
Friends.
Oh, he's... Oh, no. Oh, rubbish.
Your magic shall not save you.
How will this end? Oh! I think I have an idea for how this will end. Oh no! Good job! Well played. I tip my cap to you, Kettledom. Nicely done. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time where, at the end of the program, I blow into existence a smoke ship. That's right, based upon your instructions, I will summon the powers of this set bonus. The hat, the glasses, the beard, the suspenders, all come together to give me the power to create a ship out of nothing but pure smoke. So, what is on your mind, ladies and gentlemen? I will do exactly as you command. William Moore says, Oxhorn, Staghorn, Mortus, and a crew of Vikings all sailed the seas on the USS Bacon battleship. One evening, everyone sits down to a fine steak dinner, but they are suddenly attacked by a fleet of hippie submarines. Quickly, the crew jumps into action. Manning the ship cannons, the hippies fire tofu torpedoes, but Ox drops Bacon depth charges and fires back with cigar missiles. An epic ship if ever there was one. Thank you for that one, William. Greg Hartung says, Oxhorn and Crendor on board a Finnish fishing ferry, cruising the stormy Scoresby seas, duking it out with the ever-naving Fedoro Gregoro as he hurls his robotic gnome minions with a bacon bazooka from the platinum yacht of the SS Get Wrecked. Loving the alliteration there, my friend. Loving the alliteration. Shawarma decides to make me hungry by saying, a hot fudge sundae with whipped cream that is so thick that if it was whipped for a few more seconds, it might have even ended up as butter. With equally thick hot fudge vanilla ice cream from the reliable Haagen-Dazs, topped with crushed walnuts, a cherry, and a milk chocolate cow. Oh. The crunch of walnuts sinking into the fudge-laced cream, a glorious mouthful, all bound by vanilla ice cream in one single glorious bite of delight. So after this, I'm hopping into the car, running down to the shop, grabbing myself some Haagen-Dazs, because you've done it to me, my friend. You have made me hungry. Shame. You know what that does to me. Okay, great smoke ship ideas, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Hard choice today. Hard choice. Lots of great ideas. All right, today I'm going to go with Greg Hartung. Gotta love the alliteration. All right, here you go, my friend. Pay close attention, ladies and gentlemen, because the ship will appear for a brief moment. So get your screenshot button ready. Print screen. All right, here we go. Madman Max says, okay, mine's being skipped this week. I didn't see yours, Madman Max. I don't even see your smoke ship, my friend. Sorry, I'll have to try again. Alright, here we go. Whoa! Did you see it? It was there for a brief moment, but before your very eyes, we saw Oxhorn and Crendor on a boat. A Finnish fishing ferry, to be precise, with Crendor fishing, cruising the stormy Scoresby seas, duking it out with the ever-naving Fedoro Gregoro as he hurls his robotic gnome minions with a bacon bazooka from his platinum yacht, the SS Get Wrecked. Nicely done, Greg Hartung, and nicely done to everyone in the chat. Your smoke ships were superb, as always. Okay, here we go. Madman Max has shared me his smoke ship on Skype, and it would be unbecoming of me to not share it with you. So here we go. Here's his smoke ship. It's really long. I'm going to practice my auctioneer voice. Here we go. White Legalia, a 1716 ship from Great Britain. Oxhorn, Staghorn, Lieutenant Colonel Virtue sailing around the maelstrom, fighting off Hippie Tom and his band of misfit banana-wielding banana bandits, or monkey pirates, for people who do not like words beginning with B. As Hippie Tom trying to save the gnomes of the world by besting Oxhorn and Staghorn and Lieutenant Colonel Virtue in a game of Hearthstone, but Oxhorn flips the table and punts Hippie Tom off this ship and into the maelstrom with his banana-wielding bandits, and as the last of the gnomes of the world are quickly punted into quick succession for free, to free the world from the old god's curse, thus saving the world from hippie gnomes and banana-wielding bandits, as our heroes come to a land that they are greeted with bacon and confetti halfway there. And Scotch showers, but alas, what crawls from the docks and hung on for dear life as the bacon ninjas tried to get revenge for their banana bandit brethren, as Oxhorn changed into cat form and Lieutenant Colonel Virtue set them aflame. Staghorn grabbed hippie elves and began throwing them like spears at the bacon ninjas, finally slaying all of their foes so that they can rest to a nice drink and have some classy music, knowing that all will be safe, or will it? All will be revealed next week. Stay tuned for the ending of Madman Max's Smoke Ship Epic Legacy. For the last time says, best novel, 10-10, best novel. Shawarma says, Max's Smoke Ship, the novel, Volume 1. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Well, we had a great show. Thanks so much for coming. Thanks to all the new viewers who came from Crendor's stream. I really appreciate it. Major love goes out to all of you. And major love to all of the regulars who come here every week to support Scotch and Smoke Rings. Be sure to click the subscribe button if you're on Twitch. And tune in next week. Same Ox time. Same Ox channel. ScotchandSmokerings.com. And until then, my friends, I say to you, be sure that every one of you stays